of 150 Namibian dollars per prescription per year. For more info, SMS MED to 31844. The Onawamed product also comes with a free funeral benefit for all family members. Underwritten by Trusco Life.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trusco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station.
This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age. Every day we bring you the hottest music. Music mix.
Hey, let me tell you something. The whole pussy belongs to us.
Zaga, 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 zaga.
They call him Mr. Well Done. Well done. Boozy. Pretty thing, yeah, you boozy.
And some outrageous conversations.
You don't even have to go too far. I mean, even today, we have something called traditional healers within all our communities.
Is that like the new name for witch doctors?
No. That's what the white men made it.
You do know that the traditional healers can see us talking about them right now. Right now. In their big bowl of water.
The morning mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
Hey yo, Tiddy, you know where to do this one, right? That dogs. It's been a long time coming. Stand them in dice. You're a fool for this one, my homie.
We gonna party, make me happy tonight. Ain't got no worries in the world, so fun now. Got a full tank, driving really slow. Car seat back and I'm thinking where to go. But if you got a plan, I suggest you let me know. Kawashe no better, ain't nobody let me know. Yeah, bad girl talking any show. You can bring your girls and a lot of many more. And if you're feeling good, I suggest you let it pour. Bad girl talking any show. We gonna party, pour the medicine. Ain't got the Juarez, pour the Jameson. Where my wallet's at, all citizen. Lock the gates and the firewall's getting in. No! We gonna party, make me happy tonight. Ain't got no worries in the world, so fun now.
I'm so cool like I came out of the freeze. When last did you hear me spit? I'm old school, but I'm doing all the killing. New school, boy, I'm killing. Doing big deals. While they're sleeping, I love it, please, just to go a little deeper. I just feel like I'm the new jigger. I'm with a penny on the hollow, could deliver. What's it on a perfect kube or sakinja.
We gonna party, make me happy tonight. Ain't got no worries in the world, so fun now.
Just wanna tell everybody here that it's very stingy. Tell them though, what should I tell them? You know, just to spend your money. Okay. Spend your money, baby. Okay, check it out, dog. This is how we're gonna do it. Look.
We gonna party, make me happy tonight. Ain't got no worries in the world, so fun now.
Just 8 o'clock on this Thursday morning. This week actually flew past. It feels like it's Tuesday. It's Mr. Dice and Mr. TD with Topper. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. As you can probably see, to those of you that are joining our live stream already, we have two very special guests in the studio with us this morning. No, one of them is not Maria. Maria is going to join us later. Maria is the other half of the show. Yeah, who was excused this morning. But in any case, we have Mr. Mark Chart. Did I get that right?
Mike.
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 My goodness. Where did I get the mark? Okay, Mike Chart, he, first responder.
Yes.
Yes. And we have Mr. Fabian Martins, the CEO of OSHMED and EMA Rescue.
Correct.
Yes. Good morning, gentlemen. And then, of course, we have Mr. Neville Basson, who is, he's here. Good morning, gentlemen.
So now there's white people in the studio today. You just water down just who I am just because there's a German on my left and an Englishman on my right.
Yes.
So it's like that now between brothers. So black lives don't matter.
But he did say that there were now gentlemen in the studio.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that a change?
Very much. It's an upgrade from what we normally have in the studio.
Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely an upgrade.
Thank you for your great welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to have you guys in the studio with us this morning. The work that you do is it's commendable. I just had a little bit of, basically a little overview of what it is that you guys are doing. And I was kind of blown away. And we just had to get you guys in the studio so we can chat about it a little bit. You guys are, it's basically ambulance and EMA services. I don't want to, should I say the word for free? Is that the right way to describe it?
I think let's just get one thing clear here.
Yes.
Okay, before we start this conversation. You know what? When you deal with certain people in different industries,
yes,
they normally amplify their vocabulary in what they do, which is completely different vocab to what the people are used to.
The lingo, industry jargon.
Yeah, so industry jargon. Because if I speak to somebody from the bank, I think the other day I was speaking to somebody from the bank and gives me some... No, it was yesterday. I spoke to somebody at Telecom because I went to go and pay my Wi-Fi. So I'm talking. This guy starts talking to me about upgrades and 4G and G this and G that. I say, luister meneer, praat net normaal. Just speak normal. Talk to me like...
The words that we all understand.
The words that... okay, nou verstaan. Yes, okay, so you understand. So you guys understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
It reminds me always when we're coming to patients and then we try to break down the medical terminology
exactly
to understand. And yesterday we had also a woman. She's in, I think, 24, 26 weeks pregnancy, and she had false labor. And we have our medical terminology. So to explain this to the family, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they spoke Afrikaans, and I don't speak Afrikaans. Mike don't speak Afrikaans. I know it sounds like a good joke, and we don't tell you how long we are in Namibia. Yeah.
Is there any Afrikaans word you know except the swear word?
Nee.
Okay.
Goeiemorgen.
Yeah. So from England, we have the word nie, and from Germany with goeiemorgen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Let's dive into the conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe first just give us an overview of what it is that you guys do.
To your question, service for free. And when I studied, my prof, he said nothing isn't for free in life because there are always costs involved.
Yes, of course.
But to the main public, many people, and that's why we founded this organization, many people, they cannot afford medical treatment, emergency medical treatment, when they call the private ambulance services, they ask which medical aid, who is paying, and lots of questions. And Mike and I, we come from Europe. When you call the emergency service, you don't get asked these questions.
They just come.
They come. And we wanted to implement something like this. And if someone cannot pay, they should not worry. Yes, for them it's for free. We have our own costs, which is covered by people who donate us things and so on. But for the public, it is for free.
Wow.
And 95% of our callers don't have medical aid. So 95% of our work is actually for free, what we give to the public. We have our costs, which we try always to convince to get donations, but 95% of our work to the public, to the people, is for free. And the most amazing thing, and I like it the most, is always a reaction when they ask, how is it with the costs? And so you say, don't worry about the costs. Often people don't have money. How should they afford? And an emergency call, and I tell now, advanced life support call, costs nearly 5,000 Namibian dollars to the what people claim from the medical aid or what they want from you. Who has 5,000 Namibian dollars, especially in this time now?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yes.
So that is where we say that was the reason why we founded it, and to help the people out there.
All right. How long have you guys been in operation now?
Since the 1st of November last year.
Okay.
And I'm proud, yesterday we reached 450 people who we responded to for free. And you can say the average cost per call for us is 1,000 Namibian dollars.
Okay.
Wow. The value.
The value, yes. The average value.
Wow. Wow.
It's the first time I see him speechless, and I saw him often on stage already.
Yes.
I first would like for you to say something, Mike, because I'm already speechless. I got a few questions that I would like to ask, but then again, it's quite commendable. Yeah.
Okay. I've been in Namibia quite a long time as well. I'm an educationist teacher, and I was running a different project. But I've always had an interest in the first aid and the medical side. So that's been one of my real passions. I had the opportunity to come and join with Fabian at the end of last year. And I have a group of colleagues locally from Commersdal, where we live. And Fabian asked us to set up a...
You live in Commersdal?
I do.
White men live in Commersdal. That's new.
I think we get him very speechless today now.
We need to do a census how many white people
are living in Commersdal.
But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Okay. So my next door neighbour and the guy who lives around the corner make up our first responder team.
Okay.
So we've been helping with EMA as first responders. So basically first aiders, getting to a scene first on many occasions, and then we do the basic first aid, doing some basic observations, and then there's always the backup of the ambulance from EMA or from the paramedic from Fabian or his colleague.
Okay, at the moment, do you guys respond to calls only within Windhoek, or how big is your radius?
At this present moment, unfortunately, only in Windhoek.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the cost is $1,000 per call, and just buying an ambulance, and the need is actually there for a second ambulance. But the cost for an ambulance is around about 1 million Namibian dollars.
With all the equipment.
Yes, with everything, and that is the biggest challenge. To raise these funds, and when we started. Many people also, I approached companies and they looked for it. They did not got the concept.
Yeah.
They did not, how?
It's impossible.
Yeah. It's impossible and
for free.
Sorry, we cannot support you. They saw this and now, but the number speaks different languages. 450,000 people rescued in less than a year. So I just predict, and now with the lockdowns going off, the calls also increase more because people are more on the road, on the walkway, everything.
Yes.
And the need is there. And I'm very blessed. We have some top sponsors like Oshmed, Westcare Medical Center, and I'm very grateful also for Vivo Energy, who sponsors us the petrol for the ambulance, which is lots of costs. So we try to get, and if anybody listens, companies, Trasco.
No, true.
Yeah.
We're definitely listening.
Yeah. If they want to sponsor us an ambulance, we can make it Trasco red, and as long as we can go out there to the people, help them. It's the need is there, and often we see it now. We got calls, and we get so many calls that we cannot help them.
I understand.
All, and with one ambulance, and there I'm very grateful for Mike and his team, and we must tell. I make you speechless again now. The medics on the ambulance, they get a little more rations or some money for their help. But Mike and his team, not that he lives in Kummersdal, now you get speechless again. They make it completely for free. You must see his private car, the car he's driving. His wife does not want to drive it. It's a complete medical car. But he sponsors all his petrol money himself. His team sponsors all himself, and they're also great thank you to his team. So it's actually very, but we do it for the look of for the people. Just
it's really commendable work. I'm curious. Yes, you are only responding in Windhoek now. Are you having plans to expand outside, or maybe even further within Windhoek, maybe deeper into some communities? Like for instance, how many first responders do you have available at any given time?
We have at this present moment also in Walvis Bay first responders, which are a bit compromised due to the lockdown.
Of course. Yes.
The need is there over the whole country because the ideal response time, you should be there within 15 minutes on a scene, and not every town has a set up emergency system. So we try. We look at this the different towns and where are supporting system needed. So there are plans to extend it for the whole country, but the financial restraint is unfortunately massively.
Yeah,
of course.
What we want to do in Windhoek, though, to begin with, is we're already talking about trying to set up a scheme where we can replicate the first responder system. I come from a system, I think Fabian also in Germany. In the UK we have a first responder, community first responders, allied to the ambulance service. And we used to get called out at the same time as the ambulance, but because you're local, you quite often get there first on the scene.
Yes.
Same situation as we have here. What we would like to do is to replicate that in different communities, particularly with the youth, that we can train in basic first aid, but also have a system where we can actually call on them and say, look, there's something happening in the street around the corner. Can you get there first? We're following up, and we do that. As part of a community development as well, and giving the youth something to aspire to, even if it's not paid, raising people's self-esteem through volunteering is a really, really good thing for them. If you feel better about yourself, then you generally feel better about your community, and you feel better about things in general, And I know it's hard. It's hard at the moment because people are hungry, and people are frightened of COVID and so on. But we hope to be able to do that.
And it's all the more important because we know even our state ambulances are not necessarily always readily available. So some of these communities, when something is happening, would have to wait for a while before any emergency help does arrive. So it's really commendable, the work that you guys are doing.
What we do also we're working very close with City of Windhoek and the state, very close together. That means they actually call us when they don't have anything available. If we can send out and Then we do it.
Let me bite my tongue.
Jesus. We went out 2 weeks ago, late afternoon, and there wasn't anything else available. To Koeperberg, is that the right on that road?
Cooperberg Pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the German is supposed to be able to pronounce that.
Well, I was looking at him for inspiration.
Cooperberg Pass.
But there wasn't anything else available, you know. And we turned up. Fabian turned up. The ambulance turned up, and lots of police there, but there wasn't a city ambulance available. So, you know, we really made a difference to that guy because he was very, very poorly.
Definitely.
And these are the situations we're getting into.
Yeah. I'm curious, Mike. You are a first responder and you speak no Afrikaans at all. In a country that speaks so much Afrikaans.
Well,
how's that experience sometimes?
Yeah, there's a story behind that. You see, when I first came, as I say, I was a teacher, and I came as an advisor for inclusive education. So I was with education department based in Ochiwarongo, and only 2 of my colleagues in the office spoke Afrikaans. Everyone else wanted to speak English.
Yeah.
Okay, so I spent 2.5 years there, speaking English with most of my colleagues, and my Afrikaans colleagues spoke English as well.
Yeah.
So that was fine. And then I ended up, for my sins, getting married to a coloured lady, which is where I got your background from, because she knows you very well. So your reputation. We'll not go into that. And because I was working with a different job after that, working with kindergartens around the country, I had sometimes 2 weeks at a time, 2 weeks every month, travelling around. So we came to an arrangement at home that 1 week we would speak Afrikaans and 1 week we would speak English. So I used to choose the weeks that I was speaking Afrikaans to go on traveling. So much to my wife's disgust, I don't speak Afrikaans. However, I do understand it. Her family, she has a large family, so when they gets together, I can understand the speech generally. So my favourite phrase, I know a little bit more than nie.
Okay.
Ek verstaan.
Ek verstaan.
And I remind them so that they are careful about what they're saying.
Guys, maybe just I think in the last 30 years I've spoken to and I've rubbed shoulders with so many people. We had a liberation war before independence. I would speak to people on, fighters on both divides that would talk to me about the trauma of war, what the aftermath, emotionally, what it does to them, even though it doesn't look like it affects them. My mother's been a nurse for over 45 years at Karatura Hospital. I've seen her emotions over this 45 years. If she comes home, what she had to deal with on a daily basis. You guys, as first responders. You guys probably see some of the most harrowing stuff sometimes, and it's a thankless job. How do you guys deal with stuff like that emotionally?
Can I start off? Yeah. Fabian, as our I don't want to say boss, leader. As our leader in this, is very, very keen on debriefing.
Okay.
So after, particularly not after every job, but after most shifts or jobs, Fabian will debrief and what have people done right, what have people done that they could do better, I won't say wrong, but what could they do better and next time?
Yeah.
But also, there's the opportunity to sit there. My small team, because we're travelling in my car, we tend to debrief afterwards. So as we're driving home, we will talk about that. But then we will also go to the office and talk with the team that were on the ambulance and with Fabian. So we get the opportunity to be able to talk about what has happened.
Okay.
And I think that's important.
Yeah. Can imagine.
Yeah. The debriefing is very important. We have, if for the team also comes traumatic cases, we have psychological support, psychotherapists in the background, especially for the young medics who are young, and we have many young medics fresh from school coming in, and where debriefing is very important. But over the time, you develop a special sense of humor, and I don't know if you had the chance ever to sit in a round with police officers, firefighters, and medics, and listen to their conversation. I think a normal person would think, I'm here in the mental ward.
Yeah.
Because of how they talk, and
completely desensitized.
Yes. Not desensitized. We have our feelings, and sometimes we must bite on our lips, on our anger, especially when we come to calls like gender-based violence. Yesterday we were to a call out where a 14-year-old girl was pregnant and gave birth, and the story behind this was also you must bite your inner anger inside, but then in your debriefings also, I have over 20 years experience on the road. It still angers me, and but in the debriefing we talk about it, and we develop our own sense of humor. It sounds a bit sarcastic.
But fully understand.
It's actually, like it always says, we have a rough shelf but a warm heart inside.
No, of course. That's a good way of explaining it.
Okay. Fabian, if somebody or like if there is a company out there that does want to lend a hand to your initiative, how do they get in touch with you guys?
That's very easy. Rather via our Facebook page. You just look for EMA organization. Or our website, it's ema-organization.pro, or call us on 061 302 931. I repeat again because it's very important, 061 302 931, and they just must ask for Fabian or Toini. Toini is my second chairperson. Or just send me an email to fabian@osh-med.pro.
Okay, and volunteers can also sort of reach out to you via the same avenues.
Yes, and the volunteer program will be led by Mike and his team, and there we try to grow then also people, and also give them some education, some fundament for their life.
Okay, that is awesome. Let's read a few comments before we let you guys get out of the studio. This is Makwa van Makwa is saying, Mr. Mike, you are missed here in Omusati. Please come back.
That's very, very kind.
Yeah, wow, good deeds. I know God will bless you abundantly from Ilse Gosses. And Neville, this one is for you. No, it's fine. I will not read it.
What? No. What did I do now again?
Felicity saying, Neville, you can dedicate 50% of your next show's proceeds to them. Thank you in advance.
Then you gotta buy a lot of tickets, guys.
Hildegard Jansen, you see there are really some good people out there. Wow. I love you guys. Just keep them away from those greedy ones. I salute you guys for doing good. Just 90 kilometers away, there's a small town, Rehoboth, and we appreciate what you are doing. The number No, we did give the number. You can also rewatch the show, of course. We'll try and
Yeah.
post it in the comments so you can go check it out there as well if you want to reach out to them or link to their Facebook page. But I think other than that, gentlemen, unless there's something else that you guys would like to share.
Maybe just say the most important number,
Yeah.
the emergency number.
Oh, yes.
Where you get us hold of us 24/7 is 085 9112. So I repeat again, 085 9112.
Okay, that is the emergency number that I
is
should
the
call.
emergency number, 24/7 working. And don't worry, they will not ask
do you have
medical aid or who's paying. The first question is, where is it? And there, please, that is on my bottom of the heart. Don't say, it's close to Mamma Mia Shabim. Or there are so many Shabims, and we don't know all Shabims.
Yeah.
So, if possible, where you stay, know your street name where you stay,
At the very least, yes.
then we can find you much faster. And then wait at the street for us.
That's damn, man.
Yeah, that's next to the shop.
That's all. That's Omi Hoek, man.
No, the best direction, the Namibian direction, is go straight.
Yeah.
So, but where are you? Yeah, just go straight. I have travelled all over Namibia, and that is the direction.
Just
Seriously,
straight. You'll end up there one way.
I once went. I don't know whether we've got time for this, but I once went to kindergarten 30k out of town.
Yeah.
In the bush, in the north. It wasn't my colleague or ex-colleague who made a comment there, I don't think.
Yeah.
But through the sand, through the bush, 30k. I'm sitting in the town. I won't mention which town it is.
Yeah.
They don't know which direction I'm facing in. I'm saying, okay, I'm sitting outside the council office at the moment. Which way do I go? Go straight. It was 30k into the bush. Just go straight.
It sounds very much like, I remember many years ago when I wasn't very familiar with Joburg, with Johannesburg, and I would look for a particular place in Johannesburg. Now Rivonia Road in Joburg it seems to be the point of reference for everybody.
Oh, Independence Avenue.
Yeah. My brother, I'm looking for Cubase's house. Okay, you take Rivonia Road. Sihamba straight, like you say. Straight, jigga left, jigga right, and straight again. You'll find it there. So then you're completely flabbergasted. You don't know where the hell that is. So I do understand what you say, Mike.
Yeah. Gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much indeed.
And of course, if there is anything that you would like to share with the general public, with us, you can feel free to contact us anytime. Our platform is always available.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I just want to say again, I think to all Namibians out there, it's quite commendable, Fabian, Mike, to sit here, and it's the first of its kind that I personally know about.
Yes.
There's a free ambulance service in Windhoek that if something happens to you, I'm fully covered by my medical aid fund. And sometimes, you think about EMED Rescue, you look at these costs, and it's extremely expensive. Then again, for people to go out there and do such a selfless job, guys, you know what? There was a point during this interview, I really... You think I might be joking, but I really had to keep it together because, when people do humanitarian work, it really gets to me. Yeah. Okay, you guys need to leave now. I just might start crying. Okay, shut up.
Okay,
right. Leave, please.
Thank you. Yeah. No, you can see our guest out. Where's Maria?
No, she's not here. We can talk sport while we're waiting for her.
While we're waiting for her.
Fabian.
Okay. Thank you, Fabian. Thank you, Mike.
Really, no. We do the responsible thing.
Oh, after you touch him, then you
But thanks so much for coming in, guys. We really appreciate it. And obviously, the stream is going to be up the whole day. And,
yes, of course.
There's going to be a lot of responses out there.
Great.
And I believe you gave the contact details, etc.
Yes.
So we're going to take that. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Woo. I've never had an interview like this. This is now one.
That's brought you to tears.
It's a.
No, but it's great to see. It's great to see people doing some humanitarian work. I mean, this is a time where we all need to band together. So to see people actually putting their time and their own money into helping others, that is, it's commendable. We have to stand up and applaud people like that.
And then again, for them to sit here and say, you know what? They go out there and our own state-owned services are not available. It's embarrassing.
The state would call them to say, don't you guys still have an ambulance there? Obviously, they wouldn't call the paid guys because that is a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Which means initiatives like this are, for me, even more important.
Yeah. So, thank you once again to the team. I need that number so I can just keep it in my phone.
085-9112.
It's obviously something that I can share with family and friends.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that's really important.
En jou span het gisteraan gespeel. Since we are moving to sports quickly.
Ander goed, asseblief. Ja.
Well,
as good as this is just too emotional.
You raak emotional.
Stel die belang nie. Let them go.
I'm not emotional, bro. Let's speak sports.
Yeah. Awe.
So what is the story? Arsenal won 4-0.
Yeah.
Was that like the first time in a history? Like,
Hello,
after how many years?
Who are you?
Hey, toch man. Bratre.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, please. There are people who don't know the rah-rah.
We have honorable Samuel Shindima in the studio. Honorable.
Do you know that honorables are no more honorable after what happened in past? Anyways.
I saw Laz on Twitter. It's like, how honorable are our honorable?
Yeah, maybe just to touch on sport.
Yeah.
I was out there at the plot last night. Outside of Okahanya when
die game gespeel het.
When I saw the score line coming in that Arsenal is busy winning 4-0. I was shocked at it.
You're like, which Arsenal?
Which Arsenal?
Everybody was shocked. Even the players of Arsenal were shocked.
Are these under 17 matches or is it the first team playing?
Shines, who do you support, Subiso?
I am a Barca fan and
what?
Barcelona and Man United.
Are you a Barcelona fan? What?
Barcelona, bro.
Oh, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Barcelona, okay.
Yeah. And Man United. But funny enough, when they meet, then I have to go to Man United because I know Barca is already a little more powerful than Man U, so I have to sympathize with the Red Devils.
Okay.
As it come on.
Oh, there comes Maria.
Yeah.
No, please come.
Just quickly,
I was just warming up your seat.
Yeah. So what other games were there?
I didn't watch
any. No. Chelsea lost against West Ham. 3-2 last
Because I'm signing out. Mary's here.
Yeah.
You need to bleach and glow your hair if you want to sit there.
So Chelsea lost 3-2. It was a West London derby last night. I was obviously happy that Chelsea lost because it really opens up the top four. The top four race.
the race for the top four now.
Not that I believe that Arsenal will get into the top four.
Arsenal is only competing for the top 10, so we understand. Look, Cubase.
Come at top half of this.
It's comments like this that make people fight
you guys
in front of cameras.
But you know what, bro? I mean, I really, honestly, I respect you, Neville.
Yeah.
You're one of the loyal people.
Arsenal fans.
Yeah, bro. Yo. Imagine, like, honestly.
I don't want to talk about sports. I didn't watch soccer yesterday. My span het nie gewen Dinsdag so. Ek stel nie belang in julle soccer.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
Real Madrid is winning the league.
That's it.
Why do I even need to? Liverpool already won the league. What Bayern Munich already won the league.
Dit gaan nie goed met jou nie.
Juventus already won the league. Wat is nog down from? Nee, man.
Let's wait for the UEFA Champions League, brother.
Yeah.
Champions League, I would probably give it to Bayern Munich this season.
Champions League.
But I really want Messi to take that trophy.
But that Barcelona team is useless. They're not winning a single trophy this season.
Yeah, no,
it's going to be Messi's first trophyless season. Thanks to that stupid, incompetent board. Let's not talk about sportsmen. Okay. Stand up, shines.
I see you get all emotional. Anyways, I'm chipping him.
Yeah. Hey. Yo, rara.
Rara. Wow.
Mr. PhD holder.
Yeah. Maria.
Morgen, Maria. Ooh, morgen, Tuva.
Oh, Tuva.
Yeah.
You missed quite an interview. It was quite commendable.
No,
you would have loved.
I'm sure it was a good one.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
How's the morning?
Good. It's mini Friday, right? Is that what we call it? It's a mini Friday.
Yeah, Klein Vrydag.
Yeah.
It's a hump day. What do they call it? Okay, guys. Before time runs away from us, never get off your phone.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Quickly give me an update. I saw a brief clip of chaos in Parliament yesterday. Who's the best to brief us quickly? You or Samiri? Samiri?
I also just got the clip yesterday, and it seemed like wow.
Is it
shockingly? Yeah. The LPM was not involved
in yesterday's chaos.
This little skirmish in Parliament yesterday. I personally feel that Bernardus was probably standing there, just green with jealousy that he was not part of this fracas. It seemed like the member of Parliament of the NEF, Namibia EFF, and one of the backbenchers of the ruling party had a little squabble. I don't know the woman's name. And
Is it clear what the squabble was about?
I have no idea. Maybe people can give us a little bit more context to that. And then again, we had the former minister, deputy minister of finance, who basically intervened. And then there was a squabble between the two of them. Now, it seems like from what Abudi Bernardus has started verbally in Parliament.
This has nothing to do with Swart Boy.
I don't like the fact that we don't need to throw.
Didn't you see? He was standing there like, these guys are acting like kids.
It's a Matikoha. It's a Tyra Angan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Epaphras. It was Epaphras. That's his name.
Epaphras.
Epaphras. The name already. No, let me not do that.
Epaphras is the NEFF guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mupilongo.
Is it the India Amin guy?
Yes, India Amin.
Okay.
I mean,
understood.
What else do you need to know? Yes, but I couldn't. I think the mics were off, so we couldn't really hear what he was saying. But he was clearly threatening violence on a woman.
Yes.
Which kind of just shows the level that our parliament has degenerated to. It's shocking because it's live television, number one. It's more shocking because it's the House of Honorables.
Yes.
These are the people that were voted into power to go and represent the people, and this is what they give us. I hope they take action against them. This is just unacceptable. Not in Namibia with the violence that we have. We cannot condone that behavior.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's crazy. It reminded me of watching some, I think, Asian parliament at some point where they were throwing chairs at each other. But it's a slippery slope to go down.
Yes, I've seen other parliaments. It was not nice to watch, but I see altercation between two men. Like with this gentleman in this case where he stepped
Somebody
in.
Somebody stepped in, I think, and I decided.
Yeah, and then it became a bit physical. But I've seen that in other parliament where there's an exchange of fists, but it's usually two men. Not that it's not that it's excusable, but it's two men. You know, this was somebody that seem to be getting ready to attack a woman.
Which is even more unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's totally unacceptable. It's
No, it's
gender-based
unacceptable.
I think violence in general is unacceptable. I mean, and there's no place for that for that in the House of Honorables. Yes. That's
Why? Why you have to emphasize?
Because it is
Because
the
it is
House
the
of
House of
The August
Honorables.
House, it is. The
August
House.
House.
By the way, at some point the speaker was screaming shimmy. Who shimmy that he was talking to? He said shimmy at some point. Shimmy, please sit down. Like order.
Hey.
Guys, is this really what our parliament has become?
Oh, sorry. Apparently it's not Epaphras, it's Ipumbu.
Oh. Yeah, because I heard that Ipumbu name.
Okay, sorry, Ipumbu.
I thought it was our new Minister of Finance. I was like, hey yo.
Who's playing the? Oh,
It's
this is
you.
me.
Yena? Oh, who's?
It reminds me of a scene from Madagascar.
I was getting ready to like come for you.
It's like,
Say
"Thanks,
sorry.
man."
Guys, put you off. Sorry guys, this is what happens on a Thursday. And again, apologies. Yes, it's Ipumbu. Can I get the full name? What's Ipumbu's full name? But he is part of the NEFF.
Mukwilongo?
No, Mukilongo is Epaphras.
It was Mukuyanga and Ipumbu.
Oh.
Simon Amushira. No.
Comrade Speaker. Some Mayweathers in the parliament there. But like, these guys are really setting a bad example. A bad example. Yes, Maria, as much as we don't really want to tie a sword boy into yesterday's debacle, but all of it, I guess, whether it's physical, it becomes physical like yesterday, or it's verbal abuse like we have seen in the past in Parliament. I think all of it is a bit unacceptable. It's okay to be dramatic a little bit and to be, but there's a line you're not supposed to cross. You're supposed to remember the chamber that you're still in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just briefly refer my attention to something? Because this woman is posting the same comments over and over, so she clearly needs me to respond
She wants you to respond it.
Just read Rochelle's Klassen's comments so that I can perhaps set the tone for her a little bit.
Rochelle Klassen.
Yeah, it's towards the end. I think she posted twice, exact same comments.
I think Facebook filtered it.
Okay, well,
I
it
can't
says...
see it on my
All right.
device, yeah.
Rochelle Klassen says, it is so funny that Maria, it's Maria by the way, that Maria is against gender-based violence and that she said that she always listens to both sides of the story. But she openly approves abortion while forgetting the violence taking place when killing babies. Maria, do you know how aborted babies are killed? Why does this not concern you? When your mother and unborn is killed by gender-based violence, then 2 lives is lost. All lives matter, even the unborn. Mothers have rights. Babies have rights. Let's come together and find a solution for the parties. All right. Rochelle, let me just firstly, the matter of whether a baby is a spirit, meaning a human being, it's not a matter of fact. It's a matter of opinion. Okay? Under 3 months, that's what we call a fetus is not considered. We don't consider that to be a baby. But in any event, to just get further than that, so I'm not getting this questions on my pro-abortion stance. In 2016 to 2017, Namibia, just in a period of 8 months, Namibia recorded over 7,000 illegal abortions where women, some had died, and the only reason officials knew about this is because women had to get the aftercare of abortion. Okay, had to go to hospital and get that aftercare. That's how they registered the illegal abortion. So illegal abortions are happening. They will continue happening. And if we don't create safe abortions for women, women will continue to die while aborting. And this is not the society I want to live in. I want to live in a society where women have a choice, and when they decide to abort, that they have safe options. Obviously, it has to be regulated. Nobody's trying to abort a 7 or 6 month old pregnancy, you know. But I think in the first 3 months where it's viable, then it should be an option for women that are not ready for motherhood, because we advocate for babies while they're in their tummy, and then we completely forget about them
when they're born.
I see so many people by the traffic lights, kids knocking at their door asking for money, and you're trying not to make eye contact because you're embarrassed. You don't want to give them anything. There's so much advocacy for an unborn baby, but unfortunately the hypocrisy is what I can't stand, because once those babies are born, everybody's hands off. It is Julie, the mother's responsibility, even if she didn't want that child. We talk about orphanages. We know what the state of the orphanages here in Namibia are. We see the street children. We know what these kids, the environment they have to grow up. We need to start doing better. Kids should be raised in a home where they are wanted. That's just my opinion. That's humanity.
Look, a lot of times it's not even that the mother did not. It's not that she did not want the baby. Sometimes she knows that she cannot care for the child.
Baby, yes.
Yeah.
But that's an element of not wanting, because what you actually wanted was sex, right? What you wanted was sex. And then you fell pregnant.
Came a baby.
All right. And then now it's let's punish you for your actions. You if you're going to have unprotected sex, you should keep the baby. And you just have to go to the maintenance court to know that, unfortunately, this unequal society is not always conducive, like I said. And it's not just for the poor. I'm not just advocating for the poor. I think women also equally that are professional, that can support babies, that don't want to be mothers. Because as a mother, I know you need to want your babies, to really care for them and go through things with them. Yep. When they're sick, when they're hungry, when you really need to want those children. And when you don't, it's unfortunately that the consequences, the people that suffer the most are the children.
Yeah. Like it impacts negatively on the quality of life of both the mother and the child.
Yes.
In the long run.
I would constantly have this conversation with my daughter if we drive and I'm taking her to tennis training or whatever, and we stop at a robot or traffic light, and you see these kids on the side of the road, sort of trying to get your attention. Meneer. And sometimes, and my daughter would sometimes call me to say, Daddy, let's give him something. Even though I know maybe I don't have anything on me, I don't have any cash on me, I don't have anything edible in the car. I said, Daddy, can we always please just have something in the car so that we can give to them?
Yeah.
And then she would always keep on asking me, Daddy, now, where are these kids' parents? And then I have to explain to her, sweetheart, most of these kids, and that's the general consensus, is that, a lot of these kids that we see in the street now basically come from our eastern side, comes from the Gobabis area, eastern side,
Not south?
No, not south, eastern side. So these kids, then they would be rounded up, taken back to Witvlei. It's normally where most of these kids live, on those farms. And then they just take the next bakkie or lift that comes into Windhoek. They just take another lift and then they come back to Windhoek. So it's this continual situation where these kids are on the street. Nobody's really taking care of them. And then from that point of view, when it comes to when there's a discussion on abortion, that's normally my point of reference to see that,
and also don't get it twisted. It's not like when they're coming from Bedfly, they're coming from this even middle income homes. It's also a marginalized livelihood that they are living there with nobody, in most cases, nobody really caring for them.
Exactly.
Look, my point of reference for abortion is very, very clear, and it's you need to start removing your personal preferences out of the debate. Okay?
It's not about you.
It's not about you. Please, let's make that clear. If you wouldn't abort, that's great. It means you have the choice not to abort. Okay? That's great. There are equally other women that need that option to abort. It doesn't impede on your humanity. It doesn't impede on your livelihood. In fact, it should improve your livelihood, because it means you don't have to throw money to the state to take care of unwanted children.
This self-righteous morality argument is the same thing that held us back when we were trying to fight HIV/AIDS, because they were like, no, abstain. It's like, guys, no condoms, just don't have sex, abstain. Until they, you know what, people are having sex.
Yes.
We need to teach them to protect themselves.
Yes.
People are having abortions. We need to avail safer options to them. People are having bush abortions. Some of the things that these women are going through, some of the things that their bodies go through because of the way some of these things are being done by your uncles in their houses.
The irony of all of it is like when they use the Christian debate, I always think the Finnish brought the Finnish missionary brought this belief for us, right? Well, abortion is legal in Finland. I'm sorry to say. But in countries like Finland, with safety, really strong social safety nets, meaning like if you give birth, you're given a hamper. There is really, you get a hamper with nappies and bottles and a starter pack, so to say. They give you clothing for the babies. If you need a housing, because you get housing, you get food subsidy and so forth. Like the social safety nets in Finland are really strong, right? And even with those strong safety nets, right, abortion is an option in Finland. And despite contrary belief, and a lot of people think if you legalize abortion, there's going to be a spike in abortion. No. This is not, even in Finland, it's not a common thing. It's not, people are not rushing to have abortion. No woman wants to just rush and go have an abortion. Please understand, there is an element of trauma to it.
The perception wrongly is that only, I guess, promiscuous women want to have
an abortion.
Or it will replace contraceptives. Abortion will replace contraceptives. That's what people think, and it's really inaccurate. This is not what's going to happen.
Neville, me and my wife don't want any more children.
No.
Definitely.
I'm done.
Yes. If she were to fall pregnant,
you would like that option?
Yes, I would like that option. Obviously, she would have to be okay with it first. But I would also like that. It's not always because you have been promiscuous or you want to get rid of this. Like, there are a lot of circumstances that other people find themselves in. And that's what our leaders, especially, that's the one thing that they should understand. It's not about you. It's not about you, about your perspective. Think about the community, about the people that you're leading. Look at their circumstances and think about what would really be the best option for them, not what would make you sleep better.
And it doesn't impede on your life. And again, like I said, I'm not going to go into circles about what is a baby. That, like I said, it's a matter of opinion. It's not a matter of fact. So I'm not going to go, your opinion is a baby is viable from the time the egg is fertilized. Well, okay, that's good for you. I don't necessarily believe that, and there are a lot of people, scientists, that don't believe that. So I'm not going to go into that debate. But also, apart from all of that, is like I don't understand the pro-choice, the pro-life argument that you're only pro-life until a woman is raped. Then you are saying, okay, a woman that is raped is allowed to abort, right?
Yeah. So that baby is not that baby's life is not important.
So what you're trying to say is a crime has to happen, an infringement on a life has to happen for us to argue pro-life, you understand? Which I'm also against. It's like, well, why the one excuse and not the other? Why is it a woman that has been violated or defiled, which is rape? It's the most brutal act. I understand that. She's allowed to have an abortion, and you can argue for her, but you can't argue for a woman that simply just does not want that. What you're ultimately saying is there should be a punishment for unprotected sex. And that
why do you want to have sex if you don't want a baby?
And anybody that tries to throw that you could have been aborted, I could have been, I wouldn't been here, so what? I wouldn't know a difference. Like, I don't understand those arguments either. It's like, yeah, you could have been aborted. I could have been.
There was a question here, so like, are we saying that all the street kids should have been aborted?
No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying that if the mothers were not ready to be, and they wanted that option should have been available for them. Not every woman will take that option, by the way. Not every woman who doesn't want a pregnancy will opt to take. There are people principally on morally that would not do it for their own reasons, and that's perfectly fine. Nobody you see,
we're just giving you the option to choose.
Legalizing abortion is not coercion. Nobody will be coerced into having an abortion. It will just be, if you need it, that option is available for you within the restrictions. Obviously, there will be restrictions on when you can do it, when it will be allowed, under what circumstances, but at least it will be a healthy, safer option than the backdoor abortions that are happening now, that are unfortunately leading to like a lot of deaths, and then also a lot of health complications for women. Because like I said, I mean, imagine in a period of 8 to 10 months recording over 7,000 illegal abortions, and that's just for the women that went to hospital after
they did their abortion.
There are a lot of women that opted because they were scared to go to jail, so they just opt to kind of treat themselves at home with home remedies and whatever. I don't even want to know the health status of those women and how they're progressing in life. I don't. I'm scared to know. I'm scared to know.
But you know, Smos, arguing from a position of privilege, you don't care about these people. You're only thinking about how this could affect you, even though it will affect you in no way whatsoever. I don't really get this pro-life protest. And I also don't get, please, we are a secular state. First of all, let's understand that. We may be majority Christian, but we are a secular state. We cannot be run by Christian norms. There are other people who are not Christians who live in this country who are as Namibian as the rest of you.
Yes. Anyway, this abortion thing, it gets a lot of people. I don't know why it gets people flared up. It's really not your body. You shouldn't care. But let's discuss something else. Don't get flared up. No, but you don't have to have an abortion if you don't want it. Really, you don't.
Rochelle, you're the one who dragged us into the abortion. We weren't even planning to talk about abortion. It was something that we had actually planned to share. She's saying, please get someone in studio that is against abortion. This discussion is not fair.
Never listen again, so don't worry.
No. I'm not against it. It's one of these topics that I listen and I learn.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I can't take a complete stand to either this side or that side. It's like when Cubase was saying, and I know last week when we had this discussion, and you asked me if your wife would get pregnant now, would you keep the baby?
Yeah.
And I said,
of course.
Wow. I'll keep the baby because, and then Cubase just said now, if it was him and his wife's position, he would consider the abortion. For me, my wife would always get very broody when we were around kids, and my wife would say, "Oh, my man, this buy a mooi barbecue. I want another." Say, "Hey, do you know how much these things cost? We're already struggling with these 4, okay." But then again, I say, for me, okay, if my wife would fall pregnant now at her age, and at my age, I would like, kom ons gaan vorentoe, papa. That's just for me.
And
so
like
everybody,
there's a lot of people with that position. Like I said, I also don't want to put I'm also very clear. First of all, it is privilege for me to say I probably wouldn't abort because I probably wouldn't fall pregnant unplanned. That's my privilege. I use contraceptives. I know safe sex. That's my privilege, right? So I can make those comments. But again, it doesn't matter what my position is because it's not about me. It's never been about me. If I don't want to have an abortion,
I won't have it.
Don't have one.
Yes.
It's fine, you know. If you want abortion, let that be an option for those that need it. It's really that simple. It's bodily autonomy. It's very much in line with my feminism as well. So there is no contradiction here. We are fighting for bodily autonomy. Let us self-govern our bodies, not the state governing our bodies for us.
You guys sit and make your own assumptions and feed your narrative. That's totally wrong. Not all pro-life people say that rape victims should be allowed to kill the baby.
Well, that's the one that's what we're operating under this current political climate.
Yes.
You can have an abortion if you've been raped.
Okay, it's clear.
The comment is still on.
It's clear there is a strong bias in the studio. Had we been allowed to call in, it would be like our parliament in there.
Okay.
We have learned the art of disagreeing amicably. And also, look, guys, we understand that not some of you have your reservations about abortion. But if your reservations are your religious, moral values or whatever it is, look, alcohol is legal. Cigarettes are legal. It doesn't mean you have to drink it. The people who want to drink it, drink it. Abortion being legal does not affect you in any way. But the people that need it can have access to it anyway.
May I just add, it's not an unfair discussion because there is still more push for pro-life than pro-choice, just by the way. There's always more push. You read the comments. I read the comments now. They are predominantly pro-life, okay? So the skills are always going to be what they are.
Okay, we're being dragged into an abortion debate here, which I'm not really liking.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but in any event, I just want to say that the opinion to be pro-choice is actually in the minority right now in this national discussion. We've seen our leaders saying, well, when I'm not on my moral campus will not allow me to participate in this discussion. Our leaders in parliament.
Then get out of parliament.
Yes. So it's you are upset that everybody here seems to be pro-choice. But in any other discussion, if I go through the comments, everybody's supporting you because you're pro-life.
Yes.
So don't act like you don't have support for your opinions. Your opinions are the norm, unfortunately, in our society. That's why abortion is still illegal in this country, is because the opinions are very, very biased and they are anti-choice.
Yeah.
So relax, Abiki. Nobody is trying to take away your opinions.
A baby is a blessing.
They're the norm, actually, in this society.
Laminia Deshli Haileka. A baby is a blessing from God, created by two humans. Which God?
If wanted.
Yes, from which God? If I'm Christian, if I'm a Muslim, does my babies also come from your God?
If I'm an atheist?
If I'm an atheist, where do these babies come from?
It's a secular state, baby.
Yes, stop arguing religion. We are not all Christians in this country. Please, as a belief. Yeah, Mutatio is saying, my standing and options ni. My bro, things slip through the cracks, and you know this, as old as you are. Accidents happen. You can use condoms. Like, I mean, even with what is this? The pill, okay? You know, if she misses one day, that whole month is a risk.
Yeah, you can still fall pregnant on the contraceptive.
Just missing one day because that day she whatever the situation is.
And by the way, contraceptives, I don't know, women, not all women have the same effect. Can take contraceptives,
Yes.
by the way. Some have a very negative side effects of contraceptives.
Everyone's body reacts differently to them.
Some become moody, they put on weight, it's just
Let's don't do one God. Let's just get out of here, guys, before I lose my mind.
let's not get into, but guys, don't get worked up. I mean, people are upset. Not you. People are upset, not you, the comment. People are upset that there's apparently no opposing view. But why? Why are you upset? It's our opinion.
But you have your opposing views and we are reading them. It's not like we're ignoring them altogether. We're just disagreeing with you. But we still appreciate your comments, guys. Keep coming back. Tomorrow morning, we'll have choices in the studio. And please don't ask them anything about abortion.
Actually, the abortion topic should have been saved for tomorrow because it's going to be debated in Parliament today.
No, we can have it on Monday.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So, but
if I can just give my opinion here, it's an exhausting topic.
Yeah.
There's left and right opinions.
It's left and right.
You won't find middle ground.
And unfortunately, there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah. You decide. Klaar.
Man en sy lane.
Man en sy lane.
Comments comments.
Nee, lees maar nog so 5 comments.
Why are you hiding away
Because the thing is, you know what? Everybody's opinion matters.
Yeah.
And read a few comments.
No. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't actually think everybody's comment matters on this one. If it's my body, yeah? As ex-Wangarak, if I fall pregnant, I don't have to consult the whole country. Definitely don't have to consult men that did not impregnate me. Whether this is something I should carry to term. Okay, this is my body. This is not something I need to consult on. If I can't do it in Namibia, if that's what I'll go to South Africa and do it. But what I'm saying is I don't need permission from anybody other than perhaps the person that impregnated me on whether I should keep this baby or not, because once it's born, all of you are going to be hands off.
Who's Tate with white jersey here? Is it you? Never.
Tate with white jersey.
Oh, there's a comment here. Tate with a white jersey. God bless you. Rochelle Klassen, thank you for introducing abortion into our show this morning. Vegan batal for abortions. Debbie Steele, it still remains murder. Thou shalt not murder. More people have been killed in the name of religion than anything else on this planet. So don't tell me about murder and your fake righteousness. Ningeri tale, magwa van magwa. Mengu Maria Marano says, true, Jolly Makabanyane, debates like this must be seriously taken. We need people who are against abortion who agreed. Otherwise, it doesn't have value. We didn't want to have this discussion.
We just
You
want
brought it to
abortion
us.
legalized. That's clear.
Right now, with your one-sided views, you sound like our parliament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I wish I was in parliament.
Okay, guys,
Hey, ek cheap no eet.
hold on.
Nee, ek is moeg.
Let's clear this up for future reference. Do you guys want us to have fake disagreements
Yes.
for your
For
entertainment?
yeah.
We're real here. We give it to you 100, baby.
Listen, guys.
It is what it is.
Listen, guys.
If we agree, we agree. If we don't, we don't.
I believe in the past it was very clear on this show that the three of us sometimes vigorously disagree with each other.
Yeah.
On certain topics.
Yes.
So even as we sit here now, there are certain topics that we just don't agree on. We just learned between the three of us that how we navigate our own personal emotions about a specific topic that you self-righteously, something that I self-righteously believed in, my opinion matters and mine alone. I've been changed over this show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you should have been changed over this show.
I
You
have
should have been
learned
changed
so
over
much
the
here,
show.
yeah.
And I've learned.
From you guys as well,
And
by
the
the way.
thing is, guys, I think to our viewers out there, this is not our show. It's your show.
Yes.
It's just that your opinion is basically amplified in the comments that you are making, okay? That doesn't mean because we can't hear you verbally that it is just our opinion that matters here. Your opinion, whether we like it or not.
Your opinion matters, just not
It
on my body.
matters.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mutatio, but your opinion does not matter on my body. It really doesn't. Let me be very clear there. Your opinion will never matter what I do with my body. Never. If I want to get a tattoo, I don't have to consult you. If I want to have sex, I don't have to consult you. Likewise, if I want to have an abortion, I definitely don't need to consult you. But in any event, and then
my body.
Tash is my body, my choice. Jefferson Nanyemba, don't flatter yourself, baby. Yeah. I think you're getting a bit delusional, but don't flatter yourself. You don't have the power and capabilities. Let me
Let's go. Let me just read one last comment from Trudy Gertze. Pro-lifers should be this loud when actual people are being killed.
Thank you. That's it. Bravo.
Yes. Care about all lives.
And there's a lot of people that are upset. I don't want you guys to be upset. Can we just
We're out of here,
agree
guys.
to disagree and live merrily? Yeah?
Happy.
Merrily or Maria?
Merrily and legalize abortion.
The debate is in Parliament today. It's going to be interesting to hear. Yeah, it's going to be.
Luister, wie is hierdie zalletjie?
Kom maar. I see atheists in the studio.
Who's that?
Who are the atheists here? It's only me.
Avondre.
Kahurumba.
Okay, guys, we're done, eh? We're done.
Luister, as jy weer oor abortion praat, nee, so waar.
Yeah, I'm also not going to be
Ek is
here, guys.
moeg, ek het nie krag vir abortion nie.
Tell me what
like
you
you
want to
feel
discuss
about
it,
soccer.
I'll put in leave.
Maria, like you feel about sport, discussing sport. I have the same just apathy about this topic. Ek is moeg, ek het nie lus vir dit nie.
Ons moet dit uitsaai.
Bye-bye.
And I'm glad, like, really. You don't have to.
No,
No,
you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, speaking of things we're tired of, what's going on with coronavirus?
Nee.
Alright, guys, we are here. Enjoy the day.
I don't even want to know what is the number currently.
Of cases, huh?
Okay, net go. What is the number?
Yes, it was 285 last night when I checked. I think.
85.
Or something like that.
How did it go from
What?
103 to 185?
200.
Makwa, what's the number?
I don't know the number, guy. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, let's just have one COVID-19 comment.
Yesterday I spent time with my children. The ones that I did not abort. Alright, we out.
Every day we bring you the hottest music, the ultimate music mix.
What's up, everybody?
It's contagious conversations.
I know a few alleged drug dealers.
This is not a drug conversation.
And I'm not.
This was.
No, but this is no drug slender will be accepted.
You will not come play snitch here on the show. Disclaimer: I don't know anything about drugs. I don't know any drug dealers.
I know.
I just want to talk about witchcraft.
Let's get to the real thing. The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.